Rip City. It's the Urb Thrasher Flower Hour, featuring music, videos, and backstage interviews with the masters of metal, the monsters of rock, and the hell.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Urb Thrasher Flower Hour. Got a great show tonight. On the line, starting off the show right now, right on the bong, is Tad Doyle from Seattle. You guys know him from old Tad, and now he's got a brand new band, Brothers of the Sonic Cloth, releasing a self-titled album 17th of January. Tad, man, how's it going in Seattle tonight?
Good, brother. How are you, man?
Dude, we're doing great, man. So excited to talk to you tonight. Real excited about this band you've got going. It's been 15 years since you've put out a recorded album. Man, talk about the excitement going on in the Sonic Cloth camp.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. I just want to ask, are you guys imbibing out there? That's what I want to know.
we couldn't do this show without it.
We couldn't do it without it, buddy. That's what we do, man. We preach it and we live it.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. So, yeah, it's first record in quite a while, and life is good. We wrote some heavy tunes, and it's going to be released February 17th worldwide on Neurot Recordings. And I'm just sitting here at rehearsal right now. We just took a break so I could talk to you. And two of our members are 420 and up right now themselves. So
that's perfect. Outstanding, man. That's what we like to hear. You guys are Seattle is on fire right now, getting ready for this big game. Are you guys rehearsing for winning a Super Bowl party this weekend?
No, we're just rehearsing because we got a slew of shows coming up, which I'll be able to send you guys later. I don't have anything firm yet, but we're going to be doing some touring in May, West Coast, and we're going to be doing some touring in Europe in the end of June, July-ish, getting some summer festivals, and we're going to be bringing the noise to you guys' town.
That's outstanding. Well, one show you guys are definitely going to be doing is the record release show on April 18th, 2 days before the biggest holiday of the year, 420, right there at Columbia City Theater. So anyone in the Northwest area, Brothers of the Sonic Cloth are going to have a record release party on the 18th. Going to be playing with Lesbian. The excitement you guys talked about, maybe playing some festivals this year. How did all this come about, Tad? We knew of you in the 90s, and you were a kick-ass band, and, many of us, in fact, this album is like maybe answering some questions through those years, because we always knew that Tad was like heavy, or a little bit heavier than a lot of the bands you were lumped in with, and now this album is beyond heavy. Talk about that.
Well, as we've put these tunes together, and it wasn't a conscious effort to get heavier, but I think that was the result. And you are absolutely right. 2 days after 420, we're playing our record release here in Seattle at the theater with another band, Grenades, our buds, Grenades and Lesbian, and it's just fun to be doing this stuff, man. Yeah. I got my AARP card today, so it's really fun to be rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's awesome, man. Talking with Tad Doyle right now from Brothers of the Sonic Cloth. Let's talk about this album for a second. So you got 5 tunes, and we'll get to Lava here towards the end because we're going to play that tune, but songs 2 and 3, heavy, long, doom, riffage. Tell us about those tunes in the kind of the middle of the album.
Well, the second track, Empires of Dust, is probably quintessential doom. It's low, slow, heavy, thick, moves at the pace of a glacier, as my friend Steve Von Till says about us. And Unnamed, that's the third song. That's about letting go of the idea of what people put on you for what you think of yourself. It's like, I've let go of the idea that I'm a motorcycle rider or a construction worker. I'm bigger than that. So that isn't my identity. I am essentially unnamed. I am open. I am many things.
That's outstanding.
La Mano Poderosa. That's a song that's essentially about having realizations that you've been on the planet before many times over thousands of years, and you may have had glimpses of being a soldier and hacking apart your adversaries, or being hacked apart yourself, or being a hunter-gatherer. I have a premonition that I was actually a woman in many different lives and different animals, and it's about just realizing that, and realizing that you're an old soul, and I have this idea that I'm one of the last. This is the last time I'm going to be here, so I gotta rock, man.
That's awesome.
Gotta make it happen.
Well, you've always been a rocker, Tad. You know, I always had so many fans, and you've got a lot of people right now fired up that you're back in it, man. Are you hearing this excitement from a lot of your fans?
Yeah, man, it's good. It's really great to be in a relationship with Neurot Recordings. We all respect Neurot Recordings and the bands that they put out, and huge fan of Neurosis. Big fan to Yob, Scott Kelly and the Road Home. He's out on the road right now with Noah Landis. It's a good time to be alive and be a guy named Tad Doyle, that's for sure.
That's awesome, man. Talking with Tad Doyle from brand new band coming out ready to destroy this earth, Brothers of the Sonic Cloth. They have a self-titled album releasing on the 17th of February, and as Tad mentioned, on Neurot Recordings. How did that come about, signing with them?
Well, when I was in TAD, we had played some shows a long time ago with Neurosis in San Francisco Bay Area, late 80s, early 90s, and so we had that going together, and then we wound up working with Steve Albini as well, which they worked with Steve Albini and continue to. And we got asked to open for them on New Year's Eve in Seattle in 2012, and with Yob and Ludacra, and it was a really fun show, and I sat backstage and talked to Steve for quite a bit, Steve Von Till from Neurosis and Neurot, and said, hey, man, if I get some recordings, can I send them your way? And he's like, yeah, totally. And we had a really good conversation. That's kind of how it started the ball rolling. So, 3-4 years later, we finally got off our glacier and did something about it and finished the record and sent it his way.
Well, that's outstanding, man. I really appreciate Neurot Recordings. They've done so much for the music scene up here in the Northwest, and it's real exciting for you guys to be on such a great label like that, and see how this album goes. I know you guys are excited to get this going. As you mentioned, you're in rehearsal tonight, and I want to thank you for taking the time, man, to just talk with us a few minutes and talk about this great album. It's an exciting time in music. A lot of times people are crying, about the music industry, and I guess it's easy for me to say as I'm not in a band, but for me, fuck, dude, this is an exciting time, man. So much great music, so many great bands, and you guys are just adding to it. And lead us out with this this first track, Tad, before we let you go to get back into your rehearsal practice. Lava. This tune has already kind of been released. It's heavy riffage. How did this come about? And tell us about Lava.
Well, Lava is kind of like the sister-brother song to another song we did with Nico DeNoce on a split 10-inch, and it was Fires Burn Dim, and that's out of print now, so if you didn't get it, you missed out. And it's essentially about Mount Rainier eventually going off. It's in the Cascade Mountain Range. It's an active volcano like Mount St. Helens, and eventually it's going to go off, and that's basically what the song's about, is that event through the eyes of all the life in the area in the Cascade Mountain Range around it and what they would think about it.
Freaking outstanding stuff. So before we let you go, you got a winner this weekend? Are you pulling for Seattle? Are you a football dude?
I used to play football in high school, but I ruined my knee. But I don't follow that stuff. But go Hawks, whatever.
There you go, man.
Whatever.
Right on. Well, thank you for you and your friends up there for voting for 502 a couple years ago and legalizing cannabis, becoming the first state, and continuing to keep rocking. We're always going to love Tad, and right now we're going to be loving Brothers of the Sonic Cloth. This is the first tune off their brand new album, releasing February 17th on New Rock Recordings. This is Lava.